Welcome everyone to our Wednesday talk, and we're going to be talking about manifestation. And so you might be wondering, well, how does manifestation relate to animal Reiki? And it actually relates in a really cool way. So the way I see it is when we work with animals, especially in the let animals lead method, we're focused on love and positivity, right? So if you're a person that leans more towards negativity, or maybe not even, I don't want to say negativity, but maybe if you lean more towards the what would it be? I don't want to say negative. It would just be more like the glass is half empty instead of the glass is half full type of situation. If you lean more towards that, and honestly, I have always been that person my whole life. I was raised Catholic. I was raised with a very strict Republican father. And so everything was, you have to work hard. You have to follow all the rules. If you don't follow the rules, then you're not going to be successful, or you can only be successful if you do this, this, or this. There were a lot of rules in my life. And when I learned, and that was up until like I was 40 when I learned Animal Reiki. And yes, I was more rebellious, and I feel like I broke a lot of rules as I got older, but still there's like this guilt, right? There's this, I don't necessarily deserve to get my way, but I'm going to make sure I do get my way, right? And so there was a lot of like more fighting than accepting and knowing that I truly deserve the best. So when you're raised Catholic, or at least for me, my takeaway from being raised Catholic was you have to be so good all the time. If you live with a lot of guilt, every time you do something, there's guilt wrapped around it. And your deserve level is very, very low. And that's a really rotten way to live your life, because at the end of the day, and they don't really teach this in catechism for me or in any type of religion, that we are made in the image of God, and God wants the very best for us, right? So when you're raised thinking you don't deserve, you don't deserve, you don't deserve, you're kind of losing that connection with your spirituality and God. But when you're with animals, you get reconnected to that. You get reconnected to that higher source power. You realize that animals are so much further along than we are spiritually, right? They're so much more trusting. They're so much more open. There's no judgment, right? Animals have zero judgment. Humans, we have all kinds of judgment. The secret ingredient to manifestation isn't like wanting something. Like, I remember when the law of attraction came out, right? Oh, all you got to do is want it. Just put it on your vision board. You're going to get it. It's like you just have to believe. It's more than that. You have to feel you deserve it, right? You have to feel that there is like zero other option. It is coming to you. And so I was in a lot of entrepreneur groups. And the one thing that's just, they don't call it manifestation, but if you want something, if you want to be successful, then you have to truly 100% believe it, and you keep your eye on the prize, and it'll come to you. So a lot of these people who are successful, right, that I follow, like Denise Duffield Thomas, she's a great example. She was just a normal kind of, like as my mom likes to say, an unmade bed. She was a little bit of a mess, but she kept her eye on the prize. She knew what she wanted. She knew she didn't want to work a 9 to 5. She knew that she wanted to help people, and she really honed her craft. And now she is, a money mindset guru. But she kept her eye on the prize, and she knew that was going to happen for her. And she didn't know how. And you don't have to know how when you manifest. You don't have to know, oh, I've got to do all these steps and then I'm going to get it. In fact, manifestation is the exact opposite of that. You just have to believe and feel in alignment with that belief. So I think I've shared with you before, when I moved to Silicon Valley, everybody told me you're going to have to commute on the 101 and in order to get a good job. If especially I was living in Mountain View. So you're going to have to commute on the 101 in order to get a good job. And I was like, no, I am not going to spend my life in my car on the 101 in traffic. I'm just not going to do that. And there was like no other option for me. Just I was eye on the prize. No, that's BS. I'm going to find a really great job, and I'm not going to have to commute. And that happened to me twice. I found two different jobs in Silicon Valley. I was there for 10 years and I had two jobs, and I didn't have to commute. And in fact, for both of them, I had a really easy 20-minute commute with, there was traffic on some days, like sometimes during the summer, but for the most part, I didn't. That's manifestation. I had that deep belief. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't say, oh, I have to get a job at these certain places because these certain places I wouldn't have to commute. Manifestation isn't like that. Manifestation is, this is what I want. I believe I deserve it. I believe I should have it. I'm in alignment with this. I deserve it. I'm worthy of it, right? All these things we never say to ourselves. And I know that all of you on the call and all of you who are listening, I know all of you are givers. That's why we love animals, right? We like to give, we like to support. We do not have good deserve levels. Our deserve level is really, really low. And a litmus test of knowing your deserve level is low is if you charge for like Animal Reiki or any type of service, and you're of the mindset, well, I'll just give it away. It was easy for me to learn this. I'll just give it. You're pushing away what should be coming to you. It's okay for you to ask for what you deserve. Denise Duffield Thomas, I absolutely love her because she completely turned around my mindset I think I started following her in 2016. And she's amazing because she has this affirmation, and we'll talk more about it. I serve, I deserve. You serve, you deserve. You serve, you deserve to get paid. Now we have this mindset that, oh my gosh, animal organizations, animal people, they don't have money. And that's not true. They get grants, they get gifts. If there's a desire and you're in alignment with that, you're going to get paid. You can make money. And maybe it'll come to you a different way. Like right now, I'm working that crazy intense job, but I have a lot more money. So now I can go teach in places like I'm going to go to Canada. I don't have the stress of worrying that I need to make a certain amount. And that's very freeing. And I'm very grateful for that. And I believe that I truly manifested that because I kept saying, I just want to travel and teach and I don't want money to be an issue. Now, I need to manifest something. I need to manifest high-paying clients, right? So that's my next step of manifestation. But for now, this works, right? We have to, and I'm in alignment with that. I'm totally in alignment with that because of a lot of reasons. Like I have an LLC, so I can write everything off. It reduces my taxes. I'm able to do what I want. I'm able to travel, all of these things, right? So that's what I manifested. But I could manifest more. But I'm going to be honest with you. My deserve level isn't where it should be, right? And I still have negative talk in my head. Oh, that can't happen. You're not going to get 10 students, you're advertising too late. Money's really tight. And I have to remind myself, there's plenty of money out there. There is plenty. There are people out there who are manifesting coming to my class, right? I have to believe that. So we can't get stuck in I know what everybody's going through. I know everybody's pain. We only know in our small little world what the reality, what a truth is. We don't know what other people are experiencing. We don't want to put that out there either. And so I don't know if you've noticed that my hair is like this color. It's not supposed to be this color. It's supposed to be chocolate. I mean, it's literally like almost blonde. And the problem is, even though people are like, oh, it looks good, is that I have dark roots. So literally in like 3 weeks, I'm going to look like a backwards skunk. And I'm going to have dark roots and light hair. So this was not supposed to happen. And you don't want to hear something so incredibly funny. I was doing this one little manifestation kind of challenge that Huss, who was supposed to be here, put out. And like within 24 hours, you were supposed to get what you wanted. And I literally got this. And I'm like, okay, Huss. So he had something really cool that he told me, because what happened on the day that this happened, I I went through a separation from my partner at the end of the year, but it's been really just, like most separations are. And on Saturday, I didn't have to. I packed up the rest of his stuff and I had to do some errands in order to get everything together and put it out. And nothing was going right. I kept driving to places to pick up stuff and they were closed. And I'm like, I thought I looked and it was open. I mean, I literally spent an hour in the car just literally driving to places that I was either had the name wrong, the directions wrong. I'm like, what? Wait, what? But has told me something really super cool. Oh, so Elaine, Denise's books, oh my God, Chill and Prosper is a really good book. The Chillpreneur, I think, is her other one. But also she has tons of free, um, if you go on her website, DeniseDuffieldThomas.com, or I think DTThomas.com. I don't know. If you search her name, Denise Duffield Thomas, I'll put it in the chat here. Denise Duffield Thomas is amazing. I would highly recommend listening to her podcasts, getting on her mailing list, because she's all about positivity. She gives so many free resources away all the time, just about how to break through your money mindset, how to increase your money mindset with these little things. I mean, she goes on and on and on. And she has a great thing about manifestation. So I'm going to go to my notes right now because I don't want to miss anything. So again, animals are really powerful allies for us in manifestation for a couple reasons. Because one is they remind us to feel joy. So when we're manifesting, we have to be in alignment with what we want. So like, let's say you want money. What is money going to bring to you, right? Go deeper than, hey, I want, $1,000. What does that $1,000 mean to you? Is it going to bring you joy? Is it going to bring you relief? Is it going to bring you peace? Start diving into that energetic feeling of what you'll feel once that money is in your hands, right? And then imagine that money being in your hands because it already is there. And that's such a hard concept for me too. It's like, you already have it, but I don't have it. But no, you do, it's there. But I understand what they're saying because it is right there. It's trying to get through to you, but we have these blocks. It's like, I don't deserve it. It'll never happen. But animals remind us to stay in that energy of joy. They remind us because, we only have the present moment. They remind us of that as well. In this moment, all is well. In this moment, you have everything you need. You don't have to think about the past. You don't have to think about the present. In this moment, you have everything. And they really help us to remember that. And I know for me, that's when things started to turn around for me. Doing the precepts, saying all is well. All of those tools that we learn in the Let Animals Lead method of Animal Reiki, they all helped me to get back in touch with who I truly am at my core. I'm not this negative kind of womp womp person. I'm actually a very happy and positive person. And it's not that I don't have ups and downs, but if I do have downs, I go around animals. I've always had dogs. You be with your dog. And that's one thing, especially if I cry, especially the one dog that's left with me, Nina. Oh my God, she gets all upset and she licks my face and she's like, no, and she tries to act silly so that I'll laugh, right? And they just remind us that it's okay. Whatever is happening is okay. And it's so true. I can't tell you how many times I've cried in like the last year or a little bit more than a year and a half. And everything's always worked out. And that's one of my mantras that I've had for probably since Denise Duffield Thomas in 2016. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. If I'm sad, I always remind myself, everything always works out for you. Everything always works out for you. Because at the end of the day, it does. And even when things happen that are hard, like this breakup with my ex-partner was hard, only because once I attach, and it's very hard for me to detach. And so it's not that we shouldn't have detached, we should have, but it's hard for me to do that. So the universe had to give me some really hard lessons, like it's time to detach, it's time to detach. So I make things harder for myself. And then I cry. And then it's like, when I look back a couple months later, I go, why was I crying? This is actually the best thing for me. And Animals remind us of that because animals can go through really horrible situations and they can still be joyful. And they're not looking back and they're not hanging out in the past. They're looking for something that's going to bring them into that joyful state. And it's such a good reminder for us. Being in that joyful state is what brings to us exactly what we want. It's what brings to us exactly what we need faster, right? So I'm a great manifester, but I'm telling you right now, it takes me a while because I have a tendency to be like, my deserve level starts to go down and I start to get, oh, the cup is half full. I mean, half empty. And so I have to turn it around. And again, going back to the Let Animals Lead practice, there's Seiheki, which helps you with your mental issues, right? Doing Seiheki really helps open up the heart and the mind, connect them in a pure light, right? All of these tools we have. So that's Animal Reiki has really helped me be a better manifester because I don't think I was great at manifesting before Animal Reiki. I'm not going to say that I didn't manifest because I did manifest some pretty amazing things. But once I started to practice Animal Reiki, I'm telling you, things in my life started to manifest so much more quickly. And by quickly, I'd say like a year. But even like when I started learning Animal Reiki, one of my goals was, I wanted to help shelter animals. Hello. And then started the Shelter Animal Reiki Association with Kathleen, like literally maybe, I don't know, 8 months after I started studying with her. So that was a pretty big manifestation. And then I manifested a really great job. I manifested working with wild animals in 2011 with Kathleen, right? Going to care. So all of these, traveling too, traveling for free. Oh my God, literally traveling around the world for free. So there's things that I manifested and it all goes back to Animal Reiki. So, and what I mean by that is it's not like Animal Reiki is about manifestation. What Animal Reiki brings, this practice brings, is the foundation that's necessary for successful manifestation. And that foundation is being in alignment with who you truly are, being in alignment with your energy, right? Knowing when you're feeling off. So with Animal Reiki, and I was like, I remember when I first, like after the first year of learning it, I was like, I don't like this because I started to get the feels, right? It's like, I feel everything even more. Like I felt things before, but now it's like, but you learn that, hey, I'm not feeling comfortable with this, or I'm feeling off. Oh, I need to do something, right? And that's really what Animal Reiki brought for me. It was, wow, I'm feeling off. And knowing I couldn't feel off when I was going to sit with shelter animals. I can feel off with my own animals, but I can't feel off when I go sit with shelter animals. So really diving deep into those tools to get myself centered, happy. Okay, now I can be a really clear light for these animals and offer pure support instead of like a blinking, flashing light, like where it comes and goes, comes and goes, goes and goes, right? Because I'm feeling off. So that's what I mean about how Animal Reiki can really help you with your manifestation goals. And so before I go into what Huss had to say, because this is really cool, I want to just talk a little bit about other people's manifestation techniques, like Joe Dispenza. So I've studied with Joe Dispenza. His whole thing is you feel it before you see it, right? So just like what I was saying, you're going to, if you want money, like let's just say it's $1,000 for the sake of conversation. You want money, you envision it, you've got it. You've got it. How does that make you feel? What do you feel? Are you feeling happy? Are you feeling relief? Are you feeling joy? What are you feeling? And really lean into that feeling. And like Huss says, being delulu is the solulu. So being delusional is the solution. So just be delusional, right? Imagine whatever it is that you want and just lean into it and feel it. But you got to do it over and over and over. Doing it once, it's not going to work, right? Because you do it once and then you kind of forget it and you just kind of go, oh yeah, that happened, whatever. You don't want to just do it once. You want to really lean into it. And your personal reality is a reflection of your personality, right? So take a really good look at what you're attracting. Because if you're attracting negative people or if you're attracting negative situations, you really have to stop and think, okay, what is my energy? Because I can guarantee you, and this is quantum physics, like attracts like. If you're really joyful and you wake up and go, oh my gosh, today's going to be a good day, even when things go bumpy, it's still, you can go, that's okay. You don't get as attached and upset. So you really have to take a good look. What am I putting out? Because if you're like, womp, womp, nothing good ever happens, I'm in this really bad position, I'll never be able to get out of it. That is all negative speak, that once you're in that cycle, it's really hard to get out. But you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there are so many billions and trillions of dollars out there. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, we did this one exercise. This is a long time ago. We did this one exercise where so like, let's say you're sitting in a coffee shop, right? And you're drinking your coffee, and we'll say a woman, because that feels safer. There's a woman sitting across from you, and she keeps looking at you and smiling, and you're just kind of like, okay, not sure what's going on. And then she comes up and she says, do you mind if I sit down for a moment? I have something to share with you. And you're like, okay, sure. And she says, I don't know why, but I'm really drawn to give you $100,000. And so what is your first reaction when you hear that? Because this is a really good insight to whether or not you're pushing money away. If she's sitting across from you and she says, I just feel drawn to give you $100,000, what is your first reaction? Is it suspicion? Is it, oh no, that's okay. No, you don't have to do that. Or is it, yeah, I'll take the money. I'll take it right now. What is it? What is your first impulse? Because there are a lot of billionaires. Like if you go to Silicon Valley, I mean, you're going to bump into billionaires, right? There's billionaires everywhere. You could throw a rock and hit one. There's so much money out there. And it could happen to you. Somebody could see you. Somebody could work with you. Somebody could know you and just go, you know what? I feel like you deserve this. Now, I can tell you honestly, when I first did that exercise, mine was, oh no, that's okay, right? I was like, oh, I immediately could feel my body going back, and that's not good. That immediately tells me my money mindset is low. I need to work on that. I need to work on my deserve level again, right? It all comes down to your deserve level. It all comes down to, what do you feel you deserve? And just like if you were to think negatively, like, well, that'll never happen to me. Or you could think positively, well, wow, yeah, one day that could happen to me. Where's the reality? There is no reality, right? It's no more real to think, oh no, somebody will never do that, than, oh my God, somebody will do that. So you might as well go positive than negative, because negative talk is no more real or realistic. And I grew up the generation, oh, be realistic. You're never going to get that. You're never going to, blah, 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 whatever that is. Never, never, never. That's what's ingrained in us. And, Joe talks all about this. When you're a baby, from like baby till about 12 years old, you're going through all the different alpha, theta, beta phases, right? That where you're absorbing everything into your body from the time you're born until the time you're like 12 years old, and you start to lose that whole, being able to use your imagination or believing in things, right? That's 12 years of your life. The first 12 years of your life, things are getting ingrained in you. And these are things you're carrying through. So if you're like me and you're 60, that's a lot of years. I mean, like almost 50 years of being ingrained that, oh, this isn't possible, or, oh, negative talk. So you have to have patience with yourself when you're looking at this. If you find yourself being negative, just say, you know what? Not today, Satan. Not today. I'm going to be positive, right? We want to turn it around. We want to remind ourselves, I deserve the best. I deserve the best. Believe me, every single person in this world deserves the best. And if we feel like we deserve it, if we put it out there, it's going to start coming to you. And another thing that Joe, and it's not even just Joe, everyone says this, feel gratitude in advance, feel grateful. And I'll share some links to a couple of, I'll try and find them on YouTube. If you have Audible and you search Joe Dispenza, you can get about 10 of his meditations for free. And he has a short morning meditation that's a really good one. You just have to like his voice. I didn't like his voice for a long time, so it was hard. But he also has a couple on abundance and just changing your mindset about what you deserve. And it's really great to do guided meditations like that that remind you that you deserve, so that you don't have to do all this work on your own. And then going into meditation, right? Joe says meditation is your lab. It's where you rehearse your future feeling. So going into that meditative space and just going, yeah, I deserve this. And imagine what your life would be like if you, like, let's say you won the lottery. What would your life be like? Like, how would it change? What would you be doing? And really lean into that and do it every single day. Every single day, allow yourself, before you go to bed, especially, like this is something Huss always recommends, go to bed and spend just 5 minutes being delusional about your life, being delusional and being joyful about whatever it is that you truly want, what that would bring to you, right? Like, even if it's, for me, I really want to go to Spain right now, and I want to go teach Animal Reiki at a horse rescue because, in Spain, they have lots of horses. And it's so cute. Rebecca, who I have to check and make sure that she hasn't shown. Rebecca, who is in our community, she just manifested. She reached out to me yesterday and goes, oh my gosh, there's a horse rescue in Spain and she's very open to Animal Reiki, and her husband's a chef and he cooks vegan meals and they do retreats. And I'm like, what? This is like literally what I want. I mean, I couldn't even have asked for anything better. He's a vegan chef. Not that I'm vegan, but it's really great to have the opportunity to be vegan. And I just let Rebecca in. Oh, so Elaine, you might want to unmute. You say, ask why for what?
Oh, for what you're going to give me a
Oh, I
hundred
can't hear
thousand
you.
dollars?
Let me
Why?
see. Let me
For
turn.
what? What did I do or are you expecting me to do?
Okay, say that again.
Okay, if someone comes and says, I just want to give you $100,000,
Oh,
the first
right,
thought is going to be,
right,
why? For what?
right, right. That's true.
What do you think I'm going to do for it?
Right. Well, and I think that that's the suspicion, right? And then
Yeah.
but that's also, you're suspicious of money coming in that's unexpected, right? We have to really cue into, where are our thought patterns? Where's our resistance coming from, right? So for those of you just joining us, Karen and Rebecca, we're talking about, if you're in a coffee shop and some woman, really nice, sweet looking woman comes up, says, can I sit down for a minute? I want to share with something with you. And she offers you $100,000. She says, look, this is going to sound weird, but I want to give you $100,000 and I have it to give. And so what is your first response, right? What does your body tell you? Because whatever your body tells you, that's your resistance. And you have to lean into that and really figure out, okay, I don't want that resistance, because that resistance, that's energy. And your energy is pushing away what is supposed to be coming into you. So that's why for some people, manifestation is so easy, because they're open to it. They truly believe it. And you have to be a good person to get what you want, people. You do not. I mean, that's where we get caught, right? Oh, I don't deserve it. I'm not nice enough. I'm not this in it, right? Hey, you don't. I mean, I know a lot of not very nice people who get exactly what they want because they believe it. There's no other option for them. They believe it and they deserve it and they get it. Now, believing you deserve it and getting it, that's good. But I would rather manifest whatever is supposed to come to me for my higher good, right? For my highest good. So I'm going to go back to my notes because I don't want to miss anything. And I want to have enough time here to do a little meditation with you and a little manifestation. So we can see, we can reconnect in a couple weeks and see if it worked for anybody. But feeling grateful, right? Feeling gratitude, that's really important. Because when we're grateful, we're in a different energy. When you can't be mad or sad when you're grateful. You know, when you, even if like I don't even want to cry, my dog Shrek passed. And and you know, just being grateful, just oh my God, I can't believe I had as long as I did with this dog, because he was 17 when he died and I didn't get him till he was probably 11, maybe even a little older. And he was always already severely arthritic when he came to us. So I am so grateful. And so that takes me out of that sadness. So be grateful. That's a really important key to manifestation, is be grateful. Be grateful before it even comes into your life. Be grateful that, you know what, the universe, God, whoever you are leaning into, has your best interest in mind and already has it coming to you. It's already on its way. But here's the deal, guys. You can stop it from coming to you. You stop it with your energy. You stop it with your deserve level. So just think about, like, I know we're all givers. We're all animal lovers. You've been in that position where, like, let's say you want to buy your friend coffee. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. And she keeps saying, no. And you're like, I really, truly want to do this for you. It's making me feel good to do this for you, right? It makes us feel good to give. Well, you're not receiving from the universe, and the universe is like, but I want you to have this. And you're like, no, I don't deserve this. This doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right, right? So here is Denise Duffield Thomas's keys, and I love these, right? Make it safe to receive. So she teaches that most blocks around manifestation come from the fear of receiving. So she focuses on rewiring the belief that receiving money, love, help, or peace. I mean, help, I know Monica said, I don't know if she said it last week on the call, but she said it before. It's hard for her to accept help, right? So we say it feels unsafe, it feels undeserved, it feels too much. So one of the mantras, one of Denise's core themes is, it is safe for me to receive. I am open and ready. It is safe for me to receive. I am open and ready. That is such a powerful mantra, because you can feel it in your body. It is safe for me to receive, because you know it is. I am open. I am ready, right? We got to feel that excitement, feel that joy of what it means to you to feel open and ready. And now, you know, I don't expect you to be as effusive as I am, because I've worked on this for years and years and years. And also be patient with yourself. Nobody really says that. Like, you know, you listen to these manifestation experts, or like Joe Dispenza, or all these other people. You have to remember, they didn't start where they were. They had to build up to it. And I love Denise, because she always talks about that. She always talks about the times when, like, she was such a mess. She remembers she woke up one day in her bed and there was like a half-eaten banana that was rotting under her covers. Like, that's how bad her life was at one point, you know? And she talks about that, because we're all human. We go through these dark times, but there's ways to pull us out of it. Another one she likes to use is, it's my time and I'm ready for the next step. It's my time. I'm ready for the next step. If you're like, I know, Elaine, you're starting off on your animal chaplaincy, you know, journey. It's my time. I'm ready for the next step. What you're telling the universe is, I'm open. I'm open to what's going to come next. I'm open to that next step. Now, hey, everybody, that next step might be kind of hard. It's not, doesn't mean like just because you want it to be the next step, it's going to be, oh, it's going to be so easy. It's going to be sunshine and roses and everything's going to be, my little path is going to be paved with gold. No, it's not. But you're going to see opportunities coming to you, and your job is to be open and ready, right? And then, one of the things that she likes to say is, when you're saying it is safe for me to receive, I am open and ready, lie down or sit comfortably and place your hand on your heart. And then just breathe in deeply, right? Do that breath, just breathing in deep, hold for a second, and then slowly out your mouth. Or you can do and then slowly out your mouth, to just stimulate that parasympathetic nervous system and just bring that to your heart, right? This holding your hand to your heart, Joe Dispenza does this too. Put your hand on your heart and he walks you through some things, because this softens your resistance. This opens you up to abundance, to the energy of abundance, to the energy of love, and to receiving, right? And so if you want to, and this is another Denise thing, if you want to declutter your limiting beliefs, when you say, oh, this is going to be hard, say, this gets to be easy. This is easy. Oh, this is going to be easy for me. Or I'll be judged. I'll be judged, right? It's really hard to put yourself out there, especially for those of you who might have businesses and you're like, oh, do I put this out? My success inspires others, because for all of the naysayers, all of the haters out there, there are so many more people who love you and support you. And one thing I love about Huss, when I go on his social media, and it's the only time I really go on social media is to see him, he doesn't have negative people. And I even commented on that when he and I had a one-on-one. It was like, wow, you don't have people who make negative comments about what you're sharing. And he goes, no, I don't. He's like, I just am not open to that. And he's like, I don't attract it. So that's something to remember, you know, again, you'll attract what you feel you deserve. And you might think, oh, I'll put this out there and then I'm going to get people who don't like it. Oh, guess what? Boom, 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 boom. You're going to get people who don't like it. And then another thing is we want to clear our energy field, right? We want, and that energy field is like all of the negative stuff. I have to work hard. I'm never going to find somebody to love me. I'm never going to find a job in this, you know, climate. I'm never going to have money in this like climate that we're in. All of those things, you deserve it, right? You might even think, well, who am I to ask for more? You know, they don't have more. Who am I to ask for more? That's a big one, especially in this community. It's a big one. Who am I? No, you are worthy of receiving what you want. It's not greedy to ask for too much. It's not. It's what you deserve, because guess what? When you ask for it and you receive it, you're all givers here. You're going to pay it forward. I know you are. So remember that the more successful, the more abundant you are, the more you can support other people. And I know Amy Porterfield talks about this. Joe Dispenza talks about this. Denise Duffield Thomas, this is a lot of what she talks about, because it's money mindset, especially with business women. And it's all about, I serve, I deserve, I serve, I deserve. And the more you serve, the more you get, the more you give back. And remember that. And be super specific. How does it feel when you get what you want? And why do you want it? You know, why do you want it? Because why is going to help you get into the emotion of what it is and why you want it, right? Like I want, like, let's just say money, because that's an easy one. I want money because it's going to make me feel safe. It's going to make me feel secure. It's going to make me feel joyful because I won't worry about bills, right? And so then it's like, oh, well, what I really want is more joy and more peace. It doesn't have to necessarily come from money. Like, what if somebody came to me and said, I can't give you money, but I'm going to pay all your bills. I'm going to pay for anything you want to do, any groceries, anything. I can't give you cash, but I'm going to give you everything you want. Like, it could happen. We don't know. So, you know, just leaning into what I want, because you'll get more of it. And one of the things you can do is you can start writing, like, what does your perfect day look like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Because the more you write, the more you'll feel. And you can dictate it. You don't have to write it if you don't feel like writing. You can just dictate it, but just imagine it and feel it. So, and another thing she uses is tapping, right? Even though I'm feeling stuck, I'm feeling hopeless, I'm feeling like nothing's ever going to work out, I deeply love and appreciate myself. I deeply love and trust myself. I deeply love and, you know, respect myself. Whatever that is for you. You can use EFT. That's always a really great one. And you can go on EFT, YouTube EFT, emotional freedom technique, and you can find all of these. And then, but so for Huss, okay, let's get into Huss really fast, because I want to do his manifestation. And Rebecca's on here, so I want her to talk. So I'm going to talk about my hair, and I want Rebecca. We only have 15 minutes, Rebecca, so we'll both have to make this short. But I just want to say, so with Huss, his manifestation insights are: be specific about what you want and why, just like we talked about it. Work with sound, because music and vibrational tools will help you shift your frequency. And this I know, like if I want to get happy, I'll put on happy music. I'll put on really joyful music that makes me want to dance. Like for me, it's usually 80s music because 80s music is kind of silly and funny. And so, or like 70s, like disco is also kind of silly and funny. So, something that's going to make you get up and dance and feel good, right? And so you can start, oh my gosh, when I have this house, I'm going to feel like this, I'm going to do this. You're going to really get into that energy of having and that deserve level of what you want, right? You've got to change your physical state to embody what you want. So, sitting up straight, being confident, it's coming to you, right? Just making sure that your breath is nice and even and deep. You won't want to be like, yeah, I really want this. I'm going to feel the joy. No, when you feel joyful, you feel big, right? When you feel happy, when you feel really happy, really confident, you feel big. You don't feel small, you feel big. And then you take small aligned actions. And we talked a lot about little small aligned actions, right? Positive affirmations, turning your negative self-talk around, being aware of it and going, nope, that's not true. Nope, that's not true. That's not my reality, right? We've got to make little micro steps in order to, and trust me, you start taking these little micro steps, especially if you're an animal Reiki practitioner, things are going to start happening. And then you have to release control. Ooh, this is the biggest, right? This is the biggest. I'm a control freak. You got to let go of control. You just got to trust. You got to go, okay. And I do this all the time to God. I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to give it to you. I'm like, oh, no, wait, God. I don't trust that that's going to happen. So I'm going to take it back and I'm going to worry about it. And it's like, no, you've got to release it. You've got to release it. So that's when I have to work on. So I'm going to talk about this 24-hour manifestation. So Rebecca, if you want to unmute, I'm going to explain it. And then I want to go over to you really fast because we're both going to explain our experiences with this. So the 24-hour manifestation is, first of all, the trick is he's going to give you, he has a little script and you have to say it like you mean it because this is not wishful thinking. This is coming from a place of certainty that it is already done because everything works out in your favor. So I'm kind of reading what he has written here. Okay. So here is what you would be saying. Universe, I am open and ready to receive. I am a magnet for unexpected blessings and miracles. Surprise me in the next 24 hours with a gift so clear and so aligned that it can't be denied that this is from you. Blow my mind in the most beautiful and unexpected way that I couldn't have planned, that I couldn't have planned, but is exactly what I needed. Let it be fun and let it be obvious and let it confirm what I already know deep in my bones. Let this surprise be a reflection of how incredible life gets to feel when I am in full alignment. And so it is. Okay. Now that is the manifestation. I'm going to drop this into the chat so you guys have it. And you lock it in and you tell yourself, I am ready to receive, right? So I am ready to receive your gift. After you do this, your gift is already on the way. Now, Rebecca, I want you to unmute and I want you to explain. You did this, right?
Yeah, I did.
And so I want you to share what happened with you because it was really cool.
Yeah, so it was my morning, and then I was at home working from home, and I was looking at us on Instagram, and I saw this the 24-hour thing. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just click on this and have a quick look, and then so I followed the instructions, and because you have to, like Leah said, you have to really feel it, and you have to like say what he was saying with like real conviction. And I thought, yeah, okay, I'm going to do this. Yeah, and I'm going to get gifts. So I did it, and then I forgot about it. I got back to work, and so anyway, then the next morning, the weather was good, and my partner's like, oh, let's go to the beach. And suddenly came up in my mind. I was like, what's the universe going to do at the beach? So anyway, like the beach that I go to, for context, I go from May to September every weekend in the mornings, and I've never ever seen anything like what I saw at the beach. So we get there, we set up, it's a nice day, the weather's good, it's not too windy, and I'm sitting under the umbrella having my breakfast, and then my partner's like, oh look, there's a couple of dolphins. So I looked up and I was like, oh yeah, saw a couple of dolphins, jumping out of the water and going by. There was lots of seagulls around because the dolphins were disturbing the water, and so they were there looking for fish and stuff. So I carried on eating my breakfast, and then I kept looking up, and like the dolphins just kept coming and coming and coming, and I'm like, hang on, this is a bit odd. I've never ever seen any dolphins at all, like here around this area. So I get up and I walk to the shore, and I'm looking, and like for about 5 or 10 minutes, literally, there's just more and more dolphins just jumping. And then it came to me, I'm like, this is it. This is the universe telling me that they can manifest anything anywhere. Like, so I was there a little bit worried that, I wasn't going to get my gift, I wasn't going to manifest anything. But then it happened, and it was beautiful. And I was just like feeling so much gratitude and so much joy at seeing all these dolphins just jumping around and passing by as they were going on to wherever they were going to. But it was a really beautiful, beautiful sight. And yeah, so in my mind, that it worked.
Yes. Oh my God. It totally worked. I mean, okay, so that's what we're talking about, just something unexpected. Okay, so here's what happened to me. I did it. I believed, I was like, oh my God. Oh, I was joyful. I was happy. I was like, yeah, yes. I did it right before bed. So like subconscious, totally open. Okay, so the next day, I'm having to, as I was saying earlier, I'm splitting. Well, I split from my partner, but I still had all this, I moved and I still had all this stuff of his, like our dog's ashes and things like that, some important things. And I had these papers and stuff, and I had to go to like FedEx, and I had to go to the bank and all these other things, right? And nothing was going right. I was going to, I took, well, Portland's really weird. There's roads where you have to turn left, but if you turn left too soon, you're going to end up on a bridge, and then you're on the other side of Portland. And I kept doing stuff. I was literally in the car for an hour making wrong turns. And I'm just like, universe, are you kidding me right now? And then I go and get my hair done. 5 hours. It was supposed to be chocolate brown. This is what I came out with. Okay. 5 hours. 5 hours. And I'm just like, I was literally crying. I'm like, God, what is this? This is a cruel joke. And so I was crying about it. And then I'm like, okay, brush yourself off. At least it's not too dark. Okay. It could have been black, and that would be even worse. It's not too dark. I can fix this. It can be fixed. It can be fixed. And so I wrote to Huss, and he said, and I loved this. He said, you have to remember, not always, but almost every time before you receive your manifestation, things might go the other way, or you might lose something, or something makes you feel low. That's not bad. That's the universe creating space for what you ask for. Think about this. You can't manifest something new while still holding on to the old. When you want to reorganize your closet, what do? You take everything out of it, not to necessarily get rid of it, but to just reorganize it. And it's a pain to do that, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of, mental. But once you have it done, then you can get more, right? Especially if you declutter your closet and you get rid of clothes, you make room for new ones to come in. And that's a big decluttering thing, right? They tell you that all the time in decluttering. It's like, you can't bring in new until you get rid of the old. And so I was like, oh, wow, that's so weird, because I was getting rid of Michael's stuff and Michael's thing. And I think, with the hair, I don't know. I mean, it's better that it's light, and I would much rather her error on. And that was partly my fault too. I was freaking her out because I was like, my hair is really porous. I don't want it to be black. Oh, so she erred on the side of this, but that's okay, because this is better than not. But the whole thing with Michael, of course there's a little bit of resistance, even though I want to be done. There's that resistance, right? And so I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. All right. So I felt a lot better when Huss sent me this. So what I want to do with all of you right now, I'm going to put this up on the screen, so hopefully you can read it. And yes. Okay, here it is. I'm going to do this, and I want us, you can just say it to yourself. I'll say it out loud so you can hear it too if you can't read it, if you're in your car or whatever. And then and let's manifest. So let's just take a minute, take a couple deep breaths. and just bringing ourselves back in our body and just think about something that you want to manifest, or just say, I'm just open to anything, right? I'm just open. Like Rebecca was just open. So I think I'm going to do that this time. I'm just open to something coming in that's a surprise. And so just start to feel that. And I'm going to share my screen and we're going to do this. And I'm excited because I know something's going to happen for you guys. I know something is going to happen. I know it. I believe it in my bones. Okay, so here we go. And you can see that. There we go. Okay, so let's feel this. We got to get excited, you guys. Feel just joy and excitement in your heart. Universe, I am open and ready to receive. I am a magnet for unexpected blessings and miracles. Surprise me in the next 24 hours with a gift so clear and so aligned that it can't be denied that it is from you. Blow my mind in the most beautiful and unexpected way that I couldn't have planned, but is exactly what I needed. Let it be fun, let it be obvious, and let it confirm what I already know deep in my bones. Let this surprise be a reflection of how incredible life gets to feel when I am in full alignment. So it is. Now, to lock everything in, tell yourself, I am ready to receive. I am ready to receive, universe. Bring it on. Okay. Now I put that in the chat and you guys can practice it tonight. And oh, I didn't see Reether, I didn't see your comment. Yes, everything. So I was telling for those who came late, I was telling them my mantra is everything always works out for me, because it always does. And she was saying she loves that. Everything always works out for me. I'm telling you, it works. Tell yourself that, because the reality is it does. It always works out for you. So that is what I have for manifestation. I do have a fun little spell that I'll share with you guys. This was a really cute spell I found. I don't know, I found it on Instagram, but I liked it. And it's just a way to kind of, I don't know, affirm your belief, you know, get your energy focused. And I like it because, again, it goes back to that positive energy, the positive affirmations. So all you're going to do is, like, you know, when you're in meditation, close your eyes and just imagine you're just like enveloped in this beautiful red aura. And so for those of us who do Animal Reiki, that's easy. We do that all the time. We imagine that we're like the sun. We're just in this bubble of light. So you're in a bubble of red light. And you say, weightless, effortless, like the wind, I am free. Weightless, effortless, what I want comes to me. Weightless, effortless, what I want succumbs to me. Weightless, effortless, like the wind, I am free. Weightless, effortless, what I want comes to me. Weightless, effortless, what I want succumbs to me. Weightless, effortless, like the wind, I am free. Weightless, effortless, what I want comes to me. Weightless, effortless, what I want succumbs to me. So you say it 3 times and you just feel yourself immersed in that energy of receiving. So I'm putting it there for you guys. I can't remember who it was. I don't think it's by anybody, but I loved it because it's just like another positive affirmation, another way for you to feel it, right? And so if you're kind of witchy like me, like I was born on October 27th, so I'm close to Halloween. So I like those kind of witchy little spells. And so for me, I was like, oh, yeah, I like that, because it keeps me in that energy of I have power, right? We have power over how we feel. We have power over how we think. We have power over what comes into our world. So this spell helps me to remember I have the power. I have power. I have power to bring this to me. And that really kind of shifted things for me, because it kept me away from being like, oh, I don't deserve that. You know, oh, maybe that it isn't time for that, whatever. Oh, it's a spell. So I can use it. I can get my little witchy cauldron and create a spell and be like, right, get glitter, whatever, get out witchy candles. So I know we're at time, but if you have any comments or you want to share anything, just you can unmute. I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for coming and listening to me share this. I love manifestation because it's really changed me. But as I said in the very beginning, Animal Reiki is the foundation to manifestation. It is the foundation to doing this. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much. But remember, your Animal Reiki practice is the foundation, because it gives you those deep roots that remind you that you are love, that you are light. And then it helps you to remember that you are deserving of everything you want. There is nothing that you don't deserve. You're welcome, Joy. Thank you. There's nothing that you don't deserve. So just remember that as we go into our week. Oh, and then I know, right, Rebecca? Rebecca says she can't wait to hear what you guys manifest. I can't either. So we won't have a meeting next week because I have a conflict. The week after, we're going to have Gail talking about hospice and Animal Reiki again, and she's got a new program. So lots of support for you all, for your animals, which I'm really excited about. So we'll come back on the 18th and we'll take a little bit of time to talk about what we may have manifested. And you can always write too. I'll send out emails like we'll do our recap on Friday. Just respond and say, oh my gosh, this is what I manifested. Because I know I can guarantee you guys something really cool is going to happen. I mean, listen to Rebecca. She went to the beach. She's been going there weekend after weekend after weekend, never seen. And then boom, dolphin after dolphin after dolphin after dolphin. Can you imagine, you guys? Like, that's the universe saying, oh, you want an unexpected surprise? Here you go. Right. So I cannot wait. I'm excited. I am like literally manifesting this for you guys. Something amazing is going to happen. So do reach out. Okay. Thank you all so much. Mwah. Sending you so much love and thank you, Joy. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Yay. Happy manifesting. Can't wait. Bye.